Well, welcome back to Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. It's been months since we've been here, but it is an exciting day here inside the confines of Tiger Field. It is the spring game, and it's a game, but it's going to look a little different here tonight. Dylan Rivera here with Coach Mo Wallace. I don't have a nickname tonight. You'll have to wait until the fall to get those. But excited about tonight, excited about what we have in front of us. But first, I want to just touch on spring ball and where we're at. A couple of weeks of practices down, and Coach, you like what you see so far?
I like what I see so far. What I like to see is how far we're ahead compared to this time last year. I know Travis and, Coach Crave and Higgs talked about that on Inside Tiger Football, but we're so far ahead compared to last year. It's incredible what this ball club is going to be able to do this spring. But you want to get out of this evening healthy and ready to go to team camp at that school over there on South Memorial. And as long as we get that done tonight, show the fans what they need to see. Ones, go out there, do what they do. Twos, go out there, do what they do. JV, do what they do. And obviously the kicking game, we should be successful tonight because guess what? We're going to win anyway.
There you go. Little different, like I said, not necessarily a game. We're not going to see the team go up and down the field, offense versus defense the full time. They'll start things out with an individual drill warm-up. That'll be around 10 minutes. That'll be around 6:30 is when they'll get going, get out here on the field and get going with everything. Then they'll do 8 plays with the ones, the twos, and the JV units. They'll start at the opponent 30, drive all the way down the field, and then they'll do it all over again. 8 plays, ones, twos, JV from the opponent 30, so 16 plays there. And then they'll move into the red zone. 4 plays, 1, 2s, and JVs. And then they'll do it again, 1, 2s, JV. That's going to be somewhere around the 20, 25-yard line and in. And then we're calling it the cup at the end.
Yes.
Kicker under pressure. We're going to put Everett Bulis out there with the kicker, the holder, the snap, everything's going to be out there, and they're going to have a whole crowd here. We're going to have the team out, so there will be some pressure for them. A little bit of a situation here in May where you can start to feel those nerves, I guess, a little bit less than having the pride in a full stadium.
11,000 and
an early test.
An early test.
That's what this is all about, is an early test. So, you got to keep things in perspective. Tonight you're not necessarily looking for perfect football.
Yeah.
What are you looking for when you see this spring game go down every single year, Coach?
Physicality. Hustle, teammates being teammates towards each other, the competition that's going on, obviously the competition at quarterback between Banner and Carter, what the linebacker core is going to look like. We lose Nate Jackson at that same position. There's going to be competition right there between Case and Carlton, and you got Emily Floyd, and obviously Crow for that same position right there. And also the defensive line. I've always liked what the defensive line does. So what is the defense line going to do today? You got Eddie Football Dennis. You have Reed Watkins. You have Isaiah Anderson. You have those guys will be competing for spots as well. And a freshman, now incoming sophomore, Favor Okan. I mean, you're going to see a kid tonight that will blow up the line of scrimmage and will wreak havoc at that end tonight. And just watch a show tonight from that defensive line. And obviously the secondary, we got Ace coming in, who's here now. Masai's going to get some run at corner, get some run at nickel. Also Jack Gardner, he's going to get his run also out there. So, and you got also what you have there at the other corner position. So that's what I'm looking for, is just competition on the offensive line as well, Dylan. Yep. I mean, we lost a few guys at the offensive line. J.J. Bashirs, we lost Moody, and we also lost Tristan Silva. So that competition there at the offensive line, but it should be fun tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun no matter how it plays out, no matter who's out on the field. You're going to see some new names. You're going to hear some old names. You're going to get a little bit of a feel for what it's going to look like in the fall, but still early on, so you're not going to see the crispest football probably. Yeah. You're not going to see the full gamut of plays that Jay Wilkinson's going to have drawn up, but you'll get to see a little bit of a taste of it and kind of keep you held over until fall, right? And when you get to really get into football season, you really get to enjoy Tiger football. I want to say thank you to our presenting sponsor, IDLife. They are a proud sponsor of Broken Arrow High School football. IDLife is a health and wellness company built on customized nutrition and known for their premium ingredients in their vast product line. All of their products are Informed Sport certified with a full line of high-quality products for student athletes, parents, and families. You can support the Tiger football team by purchasing any of IDLife's products such as Hydrate, Protein, or even DNA. 30% of every purchase goes right back to the program. So scan the QR code to support our athletes, and we thank them for making this spring game happen. They're our presenting sponsor here tonight. Still a lot more to go. We're going to step aside, throw some graphics up for a little bit, and then we'll come back with some features on 2 of our special players here at Broken Arrow.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
IDLife is a proud sponsor of the Broken Arrow High School football team. IDLife is a health and wellness company built on customized nutrition and known for their premium ingredients in their vast product line. All of their products are Informed Sport certified with a full line of high-quality products for student athletes, parents, and families. You can support the Tiger football team by purchasing any of IDLife's products such as Hydrate, Protein, or even DNA. 30% of every purchase goes right back to the program. Scan the QR code there on the screen to support our student athletes. Welcome back to the spring football game. I'm Dylan Rivera. Alongside me, Coach Mo Wallace. We're still getting warmed up right now.
Yes, sir.
Broadcast team is too, but hey, that's all right. Right now, they're getting ready to go through individual drills. Technically, the game starts at 6:30. I think it'll be probably more like 6:40 before they actually start doing the up and downs and going ones against ones and twos against twos. But all that to be said, one thing you'll notice, Samaj Stanford, Bryson Brown, Noah Gillespie all not here tonight. They are on official visits, so don't expect to see the big-name guys, but still plenty of talent, still so many guys that have racked up D1 offers. I listed them out on my page here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other guys, 7 other guys that have D1 offers on this team, so maybe we're not talking about Samaj Stanfords, but we're talking about guys coming up the ladder that are really impressive.
Impressive underclassmen. I mean, you got Devin Smith, Joseph Williams. Obviously, Peyton Lang will be a senior this year. Philip Lodholt. I mean, those guys, they have what it takes to be the champion at the next level, but right now they're going to do it with us. But those offers that those kids are getting just shows you what type of kids not only they are on the football field, but in the classroom, because you don't get those type of D1 offers, major D1 offers, without taking care of business in the classroom.
Well, and obviously when you talk about those D1 guys, you got to talk about Samaj Stanford and Bryson Brown and Noah Gillespie. Those guys all together have racked up somewhere above 90 D1 offers just by themselves. Total in the secondary is 102 total D1 offers between 5 different guys. So a lot of talent there. This is what all the eyes are on tonight, is the quarterback situation. Shamar Banner, the move in from Duluth, Georgia, and he will be competing with Preston Carter, the junior last year, coming on to his senior year for that starting quarterback spot. 2 guys who are really fluid in the backfield, 2 guys who can really zip the football, and excited to see what it looks like when it comes fall time.
Well, excited for both of them. I'm excited for Preston is big time, because this kid came in this spring and he said, I'm going to compete for this position. I'm not going to give it up too easily. And for our guy Banner coming in, he's going to be your prototypical 6'3", 210-pound quarterback, dual threat quarterback that can get it done. But don't get it wrong, people. Preston can run the football as well, as long as slinging a rock. So both of them can spin it, both of them can run it, both of them can command an offense. I'm just anxious to see who's going to take that next step. You know, the decision won't be made tonight. There's a lot tonight. Like I said, you want to get out healthy tonight. A lot of questions will be answered next week at team camp. A lot of questions will be answered over the summer. But who's going to have that go-ahead, that we're in the lead right now. We're coming out the blocks. I'm in the lead right now, because it's going to be a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not a 400-meter. You know, big shout out to our state championship track team.
Absolutely.
But it's going to be a marathon, and the summer is what it's all about.
Well, I do want to go back to those DBs that are not here, because 2 of them have already made their commitments, and big commitments at that. And it started with Samaj Stanford, who made his commitment right over there in that varsity club, and it was a full house on hand.
Next 3 to 5 years, I'll be attending the University of Oregon.
Had to switch up the methods. We don't hang with pretenders. I'm the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yeah. Say the city yet again, here it comes, yeah.
Well, it's an important day here in the Event Center, and an important day for Samaj Stanford here next to me. Made his commitment official. He is headed to the University of Oregon. So let's start there. Just the excitement to be headed to Eugene now for you.
Yeah, overly excited. It's going to be a little different, staying in Eugene than Oklahoma, but I'm ready for it. I'm excited to make that change. Excited to get up there and play some football. So,
the first question everybody's going to have is why? Why did you choose to go to Oregon?
I would say my relationships throughout the staff. It reminded me of here at BA. That's something I always prioritize. My recruitment is relationships, and somewhere I can go to make me feel like I'm at my high school. So I would say that.
Today was a little bit nerve-wracking for you. You said that in the beginning. I saw some tears as well, an emotional moment. What did today mean to you?
A lot of hard work, determination, not coming to an end, but making that next step, making that next chapter, even more work to do. So I would say that next chapter, that's what it meant.
You had your family here, you had your friends here, you had teammates, coaches, everybody here, just showing some love to you as well. So looking up, seeing all those familiar faces, what did that mean to you?
It meant a lot. I did not know it was going to be this packed. That just shows, again, relationships throughout everybody. It meant a lot to me, and obviously they came, so I meant a lot to them, and I appreciate and I love everybody for coming.
My final question for you is just, in this moment, how proud of you are you yourself?
Yeah, I'm really proud. Like I said, Georgia was my dream school, and for the longest I was just stuck on Georgia, but I had a reality moment and just had to do what was best for me. Instead of thinking about little kids, Samaj, I had to do what's going to be best for me. So I'm really proud of myself for that. And then the work that I put in, stuff people don't see, not the Friday nights, the late night training, the early mornings, stuff like that. So I feel like that's all coming together.
Well, congratulations on your commitment here today. Excited for you to get to Oregon and really compete at the next level, but we've still got one more football season to go.
13-0, state championship. That's what we're looking for.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. You can see the guys out there getting warmed up alongside our strength and conditioning head coach, Yancey McKnight, the guy that gets a lot of praise around here, making these guys stronger, faster every single day, and a huge part of this big puzzle of Broken Arrow football.
Yeah, huge part. The way I look at Yancey, I mean, he has that college experience. He knows what he's doing. He's been a part of championship programs at the college level. Now he's bringing it here. I mean, he's a sought-after strength and conditioning coach. I mean, whenever he came in, all the big high schools around town were like, well, Broken Arrows, they got something going. And Yancey's that guy. He pushes these guys to the limit mentally, physically, and emotionally. And what they've done, they've hit the ground running again this year. Last year, you're building a block. And this year, they've hit the ground running, and now you see what you see. We're bigger, we're faster, we're stronger. You actually see a East Side Oklahoma varsity football program, and Yancey McKnight is the one leading it.
Yeah, one guy that's definitely boded well from having Yancey McKnight in the building, Bryson Brown, a guy that is also headed to a D1 university, and he's not going very far. Obviously, Samaj has a long road trip up to Eugene, Oregon to move all of his stuff sometime next year, but Bryson Brown not going too far down the road. He's headed to Stillwater, Oklahoma State University, and we were able to talk to him about his recent commitment just a few days ago. Tiger fans, we're out at Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. It was a big weekend for my friend BB here. Congratulations on committing to the University of Oklahoma State, going into Stillwater, right? So first, let's start there. Just the excitement about being close to home, going up to the D1 program. How are you feeling about it?
First and foremost, I want to say thank you to God. You know what I mean? It's just a blessing, you know, be close to home. You know what I mean? My cousin Jeremy Smith, you know, played there. You know, it was a good time living there. So, you know, just following his footsteps and things like that. Coach Eric Morris and other coaching staff, Coach Cassidy, Coach Malone, Coach Wilson, you know what I mean? Just a great coaching staff to be around. It was a blessing from God. You know, my mom, she's very proud. You know, I'm close to home, things like that. So she, you know, made me kind of feel homesick, you know, in a way. So definitely, you know, she definitely excited that, you know, I'm staying home. My dad, same way.
I know there were some different hurdles in this recruiting process for you because you had some places you liked and then coaching changes happened.
Yes, sir.
That's a part of the game, but with Eric Morris taking over at Oklahoma State, how did you build that relationship quickly with him?
It was really like, so after Gundy had left, you know, I was just like, man, like, you know, Gundy left, you know, that was basically everything of OSU. You know, they had a great season at North Texas, you know what I mean? Just one game away from the playoffs, you know what I mean? That's big time, you know, and you going to compete for the national playoffs, so that's definitely a big thing. And, you know, Coach Eric Morris, you know, took the spot down at Oklahoma State, you know, texted me and, you know, went from there and, you know, built a relationship ever since then.
Yeah, obviously you got one more football season ahead of you here at BA, but does it feel like a little bit of a weight off your shoulders to have this taken care of now?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it definitely feel like a lot of weight. I've been a lot of people telling me, like, whenever you commit, it's going to be like a lot of weight taken off you and things like that. You know, just made me feel more calmer and things like that. So now I can just go through my senior year, you know, smoothly, but just, you know, keep pushing myself, but in a great pace.
Young BB had dreams of playing D1 football.
Yes, sir.
Now you're headed that way. What do you think young BB would be thinking right now?
Man, we made it, man. You know, it's not the end. We're just not getting started. You know what I mean? So definitely, you know, I got bigger dreams into, you know, winning awards and, you know, making it to the NFL, you know, definitely make my family proud. And, you know, I know God's always, you know, watching me, you know, family above watching me. So I just want to say, you know, thank you for all that, you know, all the support from all my family, all my friends, all my fans. You know, I just want to say definitely thank you. You know, just never gonna stop.
Yeah,
yes,
you got a long road ahead of you, and that starts actually this week with the spring game.
Oh yeah.
Friday night, 6 p.m. Make sure to come out here. You'll be able to see BB and the rest of the guys in action. If you can't, tune in live on ArrowVision.
Yes, sir. Be there.
Well, I told you could see BB and his teammates, but BB, of course, not here, like I said earlier on, part of an official visit. He will not be here tonight. Neither will Samaj Stanford or Noah Gillespie. Those guys handling some college recruiting duties. But we'll be able to talk to a lot of guys here tonight. What we're going to do, instead of having a normal football broadcast where you're going to have us two up in the booth and a game going on down here, since things look a little different, we're doing things a little differently. We're going to have some interviews. Coach Mo here is going to be our roving reporter. He's got the earpiece and everything, the little handheld mics underneath the desk right now. He's going to be running around grabbing coaches' interviews, player interviews all throughout the evening. And I'll also have some interviews over here on the sideline. In the meantime, I'll try to do some play-by-play for you, give you an idea of who's doing what throughout the night, because it's going to be busy. There's going to be a lot of names. There's going to be a lot of faces that you're going to see get into the game. You're not going to see a lot of numbers get into the game, unfortunately. They're wearing the black practice jerseys on the defense, the gold practice jerseys on the offense. Of course, the quarterbacks have a number, so I guess you can figure out those guys pretty quickly. Shamar Banner wearing number 1 tonight, Preston Carter number 5. Boston Hamilton is in number 12. Cash is in 8, and Javen Crowley, I believe, is in 2 or 3. It's a 3 for you. But the quarterbacks will be on a rotation as well, just like everybody else. We'll see how they balance out those starting quarterbacks. I was told maybe about 5 plays at a time for each of Preston Carter and Shamar Banner, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out throughout the evening and what we kind of get a preview of here tonight, because that's obviously the storyline. We've talked about it already, so I don't want to beat a dead horse too much. But, I mean, obviously when you bring in a guy from Georgia, everybody's going to think, well, then he's the starting quarterback. But in practice, everybody's been thoroughly impressed with Preston Carter, and I think you saw it in flashes last year, not necessarily in games, because obviously Satimba was more often than not on the field. But in practice, you saw it in flashes. You were like, you know what, Preston Carter's got a cannon. Preston Carter can run. Preston Carter can do this or that. And now you're starting to see it up against Shamar Banner, and you're starting to say, well, wait a second. We've got a real competition on our hands here.
That's true. He's done everything possible. He stayed around. He quit soccer.
Yeah.
I mean, he quit soccer to focus on his senior year, and in the weight room, in the film room, he's throwing footballs every day with those receivers, you know, Joseph and Zane and those guys, and Peyton Lang. So he's doing what he has to do to make sure he's that guy. He woke up that morning after that semifinal loss and said, I'm going to be the guy. There's no way that Preston's just going to give this job up. I mean, he's going to fight, he's going to fight, he's going to fight until somebody has to tell him, no, you're not the guy. And I believe Preston's going to make sure that he's that guy, and he wants to be that guy when Harbor comes around into the stadium on the last Friday of August.
Well, obviously, the starting lineups tonight may look very different than they are in the fall, in August, when we get things going with Springdale Harbor. But the starters for tonight, and I will also put that in parentheses because I was told that Coach Hill at the very last moment could decide to change these. So this is what we have as expected starters. On offense, at left tackle will be Devin Smith. Left guard, Sam Daring. The center will be Phil Lodeholt III. Right guard will be Noah Hayes. Right tackle, Kaysen Isham. Tight end, Nicholas Weidman. And in the quarterback position, it has a Carter/Banner, so it could be either one of them to get the first snaps, but I wouldn't read into it too much as to who gets the first snap. Tailbacks, Corey Sango, Octavian Roberson will, of course, be on their usual rotations. At the wide receivers, Joseph Williams, Peyton Lang, and Zane Matthews-Boudreau, 3 guys who were key contributors last year. Yeah,
big time. Those 3 right there. I'm expecting to see another breakout season for Zane. Again, Zane's going to be that guy that's going to be able to blow the top off. Don't get it twisted when it comes to Joseph. Joseph's going to be that guy to be able to blow the top off. But you also have Peyton Lang. You know, Peyton Lang, I want to see what he's going to be able to do his senior year, how he's going to come in and take the reins of trying to be that guy, be that leader in that receiver room.
To have those 3 guys, and of course Samaj Stanford also plays on that side of the football. You throw in Kyron Myers, Antonio Gillespie Jr., some of those guys that play in the slot as well. There's so much talent in the wide receiver room, and so much talent that a new wide receiver coach gets to work with. That's Adam Lucero, a guy that you know very well because he was down at the freshman level with you last year. So you could probably speak to this better than anybody else. What kind of a coach are they getting in Adam Lucero?
High energy. He's a guy that's going to be very knowledgeable of what's going on with the offense. He's also going to be a guy guy that's going to make sure that his guys are prepared. That's what he does. But he brings the energy, and I think that's what they needed at that position, especially for these guys. And he's coached every single one of these guys. I mean, obviously Peyton Lane he hadn't coached because he was with us last year, but he's coached Zane, he's coached Joseph, he's coached Kyron, he's coached all those guys in the past. So he's going to be a guy that's going to bring some energy to that room, and he's going to hold guys accountable too. I mean, what you're going to see out of Adam Lucero is a dude as a coach. And when Travis called and said, hey, I'm going to bring Adam to the staff, I said, I was just waiting on that phone call, and it happened probably a year before I wanted it to happen. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm happy for him, his family, and just to see what he's going to bring to this coaching staff and what he's going to have when it comes to the development of these receivers.
Now, on the defensive side of the football, same thing. You may see some different names here tonight than you might see in August. This is obviously all still fluid. It's still just spring football. But on the defensive line, on the ends, you'll have Tate Ferguson and Reed Watkins be in the first group tonight. Eddie Football Dennis, as he's put down here on the sheet for me. Eddie Football Dennis and Jackson Ayers on the inside of the defensive line. The linebackers tonight, Malik Ross, Colton Barlow. Those two guys you'll be familiar with if you watched any of Broken Arrow football last year. And the Sam linebacker filling the shoes of Nate Jackson tonight will be Kaysen Charlton. He goes by Taco, so we'll be calling him Taco Charlton a little bit tonight. And then A.J. McMahon on the corner position alongside Terrence Adams Jr. Nickelback will be Messiah Owens. You might see him slot in as a corner as well. And then at the safety positions, Jack Gardner and Marcus Sanders in the first group. So some different names than you're used to hearing, obviously, tonight with three subtractions from the usual starting group in the secondary. But there's going to be some names here that are going to pop off the page this year, I think. Terrence Adams Jr. and A.J. McMahon. Ace Cherry, you'll see him a lot tonight. Those are three guys that I think are really going to impress people that maybe those names you haven't heard before.
A.J. McMahon is a prototypical corner. He's tall, he's long. He's your new school corner. A lot of guys sit up there and say, hey, you know, I want a guy that's maybe 5'10", stocky. He's a guy that can, you know, force the run, but also a guy that can pass. AJ's a guy that's going to be able to cover with his length, and watch for him because the coaches talk very highly of him.
Well, before we get started, I want to do one more sponsor shout out for IDLife. They are a proud sponsor of Broken Arrow High School football. IDLife is a health and wellness company built on customized nutrition and known for their premium ingredients in their vast product line. All of their products are Informed Sport certified. With a full line of high-quality products for student athletes, parents, and families, you can support the Tiger football team by purchasing any of IDLife's products, such as Hydrate, Protein, or even DNA. 30% of every purchase goes right back to the program. You can scan the QR code there on the screen to support our athletes. Thank you, IDLife, for bringing us the spring game here tonight. Obviously, we wouldn't be able to make this possible without IDLife, and the two sides have been split. The black jerseys and the gold jerseys. It looks like we're just about ready to get started here. So, Mo, I guess I'll send you off to be our roving reporter. I'm excited about tonight. I'm excited to see who we get to talk to and what gets said.
Yes, yes. So, our apologies if something gets said.
Go ahead and say that now. We apologize.
Yeah, we apologize.
We warned them, but we apologize.
I'm excited, Dylan, for another year with you. And I know we're missing a third of our team. You know, big shout out to Madison. She got married last night. Big shout out to her and her husband. And I know they're doing their thing right now on their honeymoon. So we'll see you soon. We'll see you during the football season. So congratulations.
They're out on Jamaica time right now. But
Jamaica.
Congratulations to them. Yeah, congratulations. A lot of fun being out there with them last night. Looks like they're about set to go, Mo, so I'll let you go, and we'll get started with this ball game.
All right, brother.
Sideline, and that pass is incredibly caught. And down the sideline it goes. They're going to whistle it dead, so it's not a touchdown on the first play. But a really impressive start for this Broken Arrow offense. That's exactly what you want to see. Joseph Williams, the wide receiver, making the grab. Joseph Proto Williams, that's his nickname, short for prototype. Has 8 D1 offers. That's a name that maybe you heard a little bit of last year. He had 1 catch for 6 yards last year, so didn't get a lot in terms of yardage and stats go, but he was out on the field throughout the ball games, and this year expected to be a major impact player. Was a major impact on the state champion track team this spring. Carter back to pass again, goes short, and a huge hit. Looks like Kyron Myers with the grab. Short gain for the Tigers to get things going. Preston Carter 2 for 2 to start things. Mentioned Adam Lucero joining the staff. That's the one coaching change for Broken Arrow here. And talking to Coach Hill, Jay Wilkinson, and all these guys, they're pretty pleased that that's the only change they've made so far in the coaching staff. Anytime you can keep that continuity from season to season, it helps out a lot, especially going from year 1 to year 2 for this staff. Having the same guys out there, same guy in the film room, and with each position group goes a long way. Corey Sango got the carry there, a short run. 3rd down and short. Again, they'll do 8 plays down the field with the 1s, 8 plays down the field with the 2s, 8 plays down the field with the JV team, and then do it all over again. And then do red zone looks with 4 plays in the red zone. Rotate that, 4 plays again in the red zone, and then finish things up with the kicker under pressure. Carter back to pass again. Got a man underneath, but he'll tuck it and run. That blue jersey means you can't hit him. And they'll drop him, looks like at the original line of scrimmage. So Coach Mo went into detail a little bit on McMahon on the defensive side at the cornerback position, A.J. McMahon, but I want to focus in on Terrence Adams as well. We talked about the length for A.J. McMahon, but Terrence Adams is, from here, I'm going to tell you, at least well over 6 feet. I don't know what his exact measurables are, but he is a lengthy cornerback. And like Coach Mo talked about, there's a lot of defensive coordinators that are looking for that nowadays. And that's the kind of play you want to see from a guy like that.
About long corners that we talked about AJ, and I completely forgot. My apologies to TA's family that are probably watching stream, but I completely forgot about him. But he's a long corner, Dylan. He really is a long corner, and he's going to be developed with Coach Reed and obviously Coach Whitaker. So I'm excited to see what that kid can do this year.
Still a young guy as well. He's going to be a sophomore this fall. Makes the play there. Dropping the Tiger offense. This is Shamar Banner now at quarterback for Broken Arrow. Starting out in the shotgun. They'll hand it off. Run up the middle. Stuffed by the defensive line.
And one thing I like to talk about, Dylan, you know, obviously that defensive line, Jackson Ayers, I mean, that's a guy that I'm going to be watching all season long, obviously tonight and going into that team camp at Bigsby. What is he going to be able to do? How is he going to make his stock rise, you know, for the colleges to come see him? You know, I'm excited about him because he is a senior and he's a guy that, you know, I know Darnell loves. Coach Darnell Whitaker loves that guy.
Might have to start calling him Wallpaper. He's up in the varsity club. I like that nickname for him, too, because he's like a brick wall up there in the defensive line, the interior.
Yes.
Jackson Wallpaper Ayers.
Yes. And one thing I want to touch on also, Dylan, you know, if you see some frustration from the offense, I mean, you probably are because, you know, defensively, you're going to be this time of year. You're going to be ahead defensively than you are offensively. Defenses, they already know what they're going to do. So you're going to see the defense kind of give Jay and his guys some fits. So if you see that a little bit, see some things happening to where the offense is not able to move the ball the way they need to move the ball, that's because the defense knows what's going on and they're further ahead right now.
Still Banner at quarterback. The handoff. Roberson to the outside. Cuts inside. And a good gain there on the ground from Roberson. Looks like they'll move the chains.
And we said it a lot last year, Dylan. You want to be able to get Roberson on the perimeter and show that speed. So and that's what he did right there. He showed his speed getting on the perimeter right there on that last play.
I always talked about him being a home run hitter, and that's exactly where you need to get him, is out in space like that for him to hit those home runs. Banner takes the snap, quick look to the left, and he connects with Kyron Myers. Flag comes out. That'll be for a face mask.
Well, another little element, obviously, you know, the penalty right there. Having officials out here, you know, you want to be able to know who's committing penalties. Obviously, you see it in film. You know, hey, offense may hold and defense will call it. defense may hold offense, call it face mask, call it and all that. So that puts you in a situation where you know what's going on.
Sango back in at running back. Banner looking left, now reads to the right. Under pressure, Favor O'Con, the one to get to the quarterback.
And there's your first look at the incoming sophomore that we've talked about off there right there, Dylan. Favor O'Con right there. He's going to be able to get inside, and he's still raw. He's still raw talent as an incoming sophomore. So it's good to see a guy like that make a play out here in the spring game.
I was told by Scott Wilkinson, the track coach, that Favor O'Con is the kind of guy that when you just see him walk into the building, you almost think, hey, man, you can't be here because he looks like he's 25 years old at the age of 15. Tight end goes in motion. Banner keeps it himself. That's not going to fly in the spring game.
No, it's not going to fly. It's not going to fly. But I will tell you this much. That just shows you that he's going to be able to take hits. I think that's one thing when you look at the quarterbacks in the past here at Broken Arrow. He's going to be able to take those hits in between the tackles.
So it looks like they're making the change right now from the 1s to the 2s. And they'll reset at the 30-yard line to go back and do it all over again. Now again, the 1s will come back out onto the field. This will not be the last time you see them. They'll go through a couple of rotations, but they'll start things out with the 1s, then go to the 2s, and then the JV unit. So for now, the 1s take a seat, get some rest, drink some water. It's definitely hot out here, but there's a nice breeze coming in now.
Well, and yes, nice breezing. I mean, that happened around 5 o'clock, breeze came through, Dylan. But one thing I'd like to talk about, that very first play, they go to Joseph Williams. They get 6 points on the board right there. But how the defense was able to stymie the offense in the remainder of that first session.
Coaching staff may be wanting to get more of a look at Shamar Banner here. They keep him in for right now with the 2s. Pass underneath, incomplete. Looking again for Kyron Myers.
Yeah, Myers right there on a little dig route. He's got to get that play. He's got to get that ball up a little bit, and that will happen throughout the summer and going into the season. He'll be able to get that ball right there.
So Banner in the shotgun. Looks right. A whistle early. It ends up getting tipped into an interception. That's something that I know Keenan Reed, Kevin Gordon, this defensive staff, they're going to be happy to see.
And that's what we call the Oski drill, the tip drill right there. You tip the ball in the air. You got to be able to fly around. Great things happen when you fly around on defense, and that's exactly what happened right there. Get the hand in the air, get a hand on the ball. Next thing you know, guy comes up with the interception. Great job by the black shirts.
Black shirts. That's a little bit of a call out to your defense.
Yeah, they're in the black jersey, so I like to say.
I know that nickname. I got a T-shirt with that nickname on it. This is Javen Crowley now at quarterback, looking off to his left. Looks like maybe Gillespie got that ball just before he went out of play. Messiah Owens there in part for the tackle.
Pass is complete for a gain of 11 yards. First down, Tigers.
And you're going to see Messiah play a few positions tonight. Like I said, Dylan, I almost called you coach.
That's all right. I'll take it.
But he'll play safety. He'll play nickel. He'll play corner. They're just trying to figure out a way where to put Messiah. But Messiah is one of those guys that's a Swiss Army knife. He can play where he needs to be able to play. They can even put him at outside linebacker in their 3 front.
I think it helps so much having the addition of Dwayne Whitaker, as he's known around the Tulsa area, Little Twin, go alongside Big Twin here on this BA staff. And he'll be helping out with the defensive backs. And I see it pretty often in practice and here tonight where Dwayne Whitaker is having those one-on-one conversations with Messiah Owens and trying to spill some knowledge over to Messiah.
And that's a big addition, getting Whitaker in here to help out with the secondary, Dylan. I mean, he's here to help guys like Messiah out and help develop Messiah into the guy that we know that he can be.
Crowley looks right. Kyron Myers again. He's been the go-to man here to get things started.
Well, and I think you want to try to get Kyron in, get Kyron involved as quick as possible. He's a guy that, you want to get him in situations to where if he does get the ball in space, you're going to see explosion, you're going to see fireworks, and he's going to be the guy when he does get that ball in space. He can go to the house real quick.
Last season, 3 catches for 21 yards. He may have surpassed that here tonight already. Crowley trying to throw over the outstretched arms of the defense. Pass looked like it fell complete into Antonio Gillespie Jr.'s hands. Pressure in the backfield. They whistled it dead before he got rid of it, but an impressive play from Crowley and Gillespie.
Yeah, it's impressive right there. The DB, you got to look at alignment. You got to be able to play leverage, and the DB, he has to know right there that you got to be able to look at an out route with that alignment, with the way that receiver was lined up. I know I heard a couple coaches trying to call it out because, wherever receivers line up, you got to be able to know what's coming on when it comes to route concepts.
Got a lot of the 2026 grads in the building here tonight. I've already seen Gabe Manning, Gaston Farrell, Titan Hicks all on the sideline here tonight, supporting their now former teammates. Handoff up the middle. Wrapped up in favor Ocon there again.
Gain of 2 yards on the carry.
Crowley back to pass. Rolls out of the pocket. Long legs of Crowley get into the open field quickly. The pass falls incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd down. So this is the second group right now. See the JV squad roll out here in a few moments. Pass caught again, Kyron Myers. Good job getting upfield.
Pass is complete for the Tigers. 1st down and 10.
And they're going to bring out the 3s. This is the JV unit now. Thank everybody who's tuned in here tonight to the spring game. I believe this is our first time streaming the spring game live on ArrowVision.
Yes, and that's big time. Things are happening big time for us out there, Dylan.
Oh, did he catch that, Mo? You're closer to it.
Yes.
Oh, I got a thumbs up from our cameraman, Greg.
They said he got a toe in. I think he got his pinky toe in on that one.
That was a great catch. I got too many bodies in my way. I can't even tell who it was on the catch. I'm going to take a wild guess based off of the length of him. It might be Olin Wallace. And off. Tackled quickly.
3-yard gain on the carry brings up 3rd down. It's time for our next set of introductions of your Tiger football players. Introducing Cash Bell, Cameron Berry, Bryson Brown, Everett Hewlett, Preston Birch, Preston Carter, Kelton Cater, Jason Charlton, and Sean Tyler Ternitsky.
This is Boston Hamilton at quarterback. He's launching one my way. Pass falls incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete.
That was Olin Wallace with the impressive catch earlier, and just now looking in Olin Wallace's direction. I got a thumbs up from Coach Hill for being on my toes. It looks like Coach Mo down there on the south end zone, getting all set up for an interview with Preston Carter, one of the two quarterbacks battling it out for the starting spot here this spring. JV unit out on the field right now. We'll go to Coach Mo with Preston Carter.
Preston, how excited are you about being here your senior year, competing for the starting quarterback job here at Broken Arrow?
We're really excited. We got a great squad to be around, and just excited to be here and play and get to compete and win.
So what are some of your goals going into this spring? I know we always want to talk about winning a gold ball, but that's way down the line right now. This spring, what are your goals not only for tonight, but going into team camp next week?
I mean, for tonight, just get to reps with the guys and just be able to get the chemistry down a little better. But then going into summer and later, just get stronger and get the chemistry better with everybody, and so that we're all on the same page.
How much fun are you having, Preston? Like, seriously, how much fun are you having? It's your senior year. You know what you got to do to be the guy. I talked about it on the pregame. You woke up that day after the Bigsby game. You woke up and said, hey, I'm not going to give this spot up. So how much fun are you having?
I mean, we're having a lot of fun. I feel like for myself, we're having a lot of fun. And, I mean, it's just a great environment to be around and not have fun, so, you know.
Well, Preston, thank you, and we'll see you later. Hey, congratulations on everything, and good luck this season, brother. Back to you at the desk, Dylan.
Thank you, Coach Mo, and, of course, thank you to Preston Carter. Preston is a solid player, solid guy. Always enjoyed talking to him, catching up with him either before or after practice. And he's been a guy that's waited for his opportunity. Been behind Jeremiah Satimba the last couple of years, and now having the door open, of course, with a little bit of competition. That's nothing to be afraid of. And Preston Carter, I know, will step up to the moment and try to win that starting spot.
Yeah, he's here to compete, Dylan. I mean, so we've always said we want guys that want to compete, and that's how we're going to be successful in this program.
Flag comes flying in. Stop things a little early. That's your boy Cash at quarterback now.
Cash Money led the program, led the freshman football program last year to a 16-2 total record. A guy that can get on the perimeter, and he's a guy that can sling it as well. He's a kid that's obviously young, going to be an incoming sophomore, but he's going to be a leader. He also plays baseball. He's a dual sport athlete, so I'm excited to see the development out of him this year.
You said that record with the freshman team a little bit too humbly, so I'm going to make sure we say it again. 14-2.
Well, 16-2, Dylan.
16-2.
Yeah, 16-2. There was a couple of them that we let get away from us, but it was a great group. I mean, I know Coach Hill is excited about that class of 29. But here's the deal, Dylan. These three classes, 8 and 29, these three classes put together, I mean, I think the state knows what these three classes put together is going to bring to Broken Arrow football, because those three classes have had at least 50-something wins over the last 3 seasons as freshmen.
It's really impressive for the underclassmen coming up, and now the senior class going to be this class of 2027, which is led by just absolute studs.
Yes.
And having those guys be the leaders in the locker room in the senior positions, you got to think that's going to go a long way just from a leadership standpoint.
A big time standpoint. I mean, you got your guys like we talk about it. We talk about our guys, Jackson Ayers. We talk about Messiah. But you also got Jack Gardner in the mix right there. So those guys right there. Octavian's another guy. And Preston Carter. Those guys right there, they came up winning ball games, beating Bigsby, beating Jinx, beating Union, beating Owasso consistently in the 8th and 9th grade, and they know what it takes to beat those programs.
Pass is incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete on the deep ball there. We're going to swap things out back to the first group here in just a moment. The ones trotting back out there, but Coach Hill taking a moment. He wants to stop things just for a second as they go do extra point real fast. So this is what we were talking about, the cup, Coach Mo. It's the kicker under pressure is what we're calling it here tonight. Everett Bulis in the spotlight.
Let's see if he knocks it out. Let's see if he knocks it out. Once again, Dylan, might want to give a warning out there. I am walking the sideline right now, so hopefully we don't hear any words.
Nothing we don't want to hear, right? First one drained by Bulis.
This is your last call to win some cash to support PE football at the same time. Make sure to head downstairs and get the 50-50 raffle. Half the pot goes to a lucky fan, and half goes directly back to supporting our athletes and program. This is the final call for the 50-50 raffle.
Well, Dylan, I don't know how you feel, but I think that was a good series by the ones, the twos, and threes. That was a good series, very, very competitive. Obviously, it started the way it started, and it ended the way it ended. But everything in between looked pretty good for a program that's going to be one of the state's favorites to win the gold ball here in December.
Yeah, I mean, it's on paper already shaping up to be a really good fall for Broken Arrow. The team looks strong. This first group has a lot of potential, and obviously we are missing 3 of the guys that really will show out for Broken Arrow in the fall, but still a really impressive group out here tonight, and it kind of speaks to the level of depth, too, that Broken Arrow has, that you can point to so many different guys and say they could be thrown into the ones, thrown into the starting group, and handle themselves just as well or maybe just close to as well as those guys.
Yes, and what can you do under pressure? Because we know what 6A1 football brings. And Friday night, every play is a pressure situation, a pressure moment for a kid. And the more times that we put these kids in pressure situations, it's only going to make them better when it comes to Friday nights.
The upcoming schedule this fall for Broken Arrow. Non-district games will be Springdale Harbor as the season opener here at Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. Then they'll be on the road at Union, so not too far down the road. Then it'll be Broken Arrow versus Owasso on 9/11. And then they'll get the bye week before going into district play, where they'll be at Norman North, at home against Edmond Memorial, on the road against Westmore, then back-to-back home games with Mustang and Southmore coming to Broken Arrow, and then finishing things up with the big one at Bixby. And then the final game on the regular season schedule will be at Edmond North.
Yeah, that schedule, we've talked about this, but I mean, I have to pump the brakes a little bit. You want to be able to be patient and not look ahead, but that Week 9 matchup is going to be one that I know everybody in the state of Oklahoma, probably in this part of the nation, in the southwest part of the nation, southeast part of the nation, will be taking heed to.
So this is the first group back out there. And now Shamar Banner at quarterback. Quick jump offside on the right tackle. That's Kason Isham tonight. He'll be out on the edge rather than on the interior. A little bit of a change there from what we saw last fall.
Well, yeah, and there's some little, and that's another thing we talked about is how is this competition on the offensive line going to pan out? And we got Kason Isham right there at tackle.
Banner hands it off. A run up the middle for Roberson.
Tigers on the carry, good for a 7-yard gain.
I like that you brought up earlier the officials being here tonight and what level of expectation there is for Broken Arrow to be clean in their performance here tonight, because you look back at last fall, and Coach, I wish we had written it down, how many false starts this Broken Arrow team had last year, and it shot themselves in the foot quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's something they need to clean up, and doing that here in the spring sets you up for success in the fall.
It does. I mean, and you take it back to the first 2 or 3 games in non-district play to the semifinal game against Bixby. you take all that out, I mean, and you probably have a much more successful season. They're drive killers. You know, false starts are drive killers, and you want to kind of clean that up in the spring, going into the summer, and in the team camps and all this to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing and being successful.
Everybody looking off to the sideline. The signal callers, Nick Gorman, Jalen Lowe. Looks like Adam Lucero added to the signal calling rotation.
My man, Lucero.
That's got to be pretty impressive to know the signals already, and he's only been on the varsity staff for a couple of weeks now. Banner showing the legs. Bounces it outside, and hard to say whether that would have been a touchdown or not, but it looked good.
There's your element that we were talking about. We talk about off camera. That's the element he brings to this offense. That's why he could be that special quarterback in this 2026 campaign.
And they change it over to Preston Carter now.
Well, and I can tell you right now, Preston got some wheels as well.
Oh, boy. I've seen him run before,
yes,
and he
has some
can
wheels
move.
as well. I mean, you can't be a soccer player without wheels.
That's true. Got Sango in the backfield alongside him. Looking down the left sideline, firing it down the middle. Got a man. Joseph Williams just missed the catch.
And there it is. What you're seeing now, Dylan, is you're seeing some things that we know that Joseph Williams can do. And that throw by Preston was a pretty good throw. But the way that Joe was able to run under that and make an attempt for that pass, make an attempt for that catch was impressive. That's what we call a fight song play right there.
Carter back to pass. Looks to his right, connects with Sango in the flat. And they'll whistle it dead for a short game.
Hey, our guy Sango with the hands right there.
Saw him catch some passes last year, and I asked Coach Wilkinson on Inside Tiger Football if we'd see the running backs become more involved in the passing game. And his credit was given to Sango and Roberson and how they like to see the ball come in.
Yes.
Different routes. They like to see it come in from different angles, those sorts of things. So it just kind of depends on how comfortable they are in expanding that or getting that into the offense on a game-to-game basis.
Yes. And that adds another element to the offense. I mean, when you got running backs that can come out of the backfield and catch the football, whether it's on a wheel route, whether it's on a check down, you got to be able to have those type of running backs that can catch the football. And, you know, I always say Roberson's that guy. I mean, we'll probably see it in the first game against Harbor. He's going to be that guy that's going – we call it the rail route. You know, it's a wheel route right out of the backfield. You know, you get a corner that's going to suck in towards the safety when they got a receiver going inside running a skinny post or slant or a post route. And then you have that running back coming out of the backfield, and he's going right up the sidelines, and those are the type of guys right there.
Thomas Whitley, Philip Lobo, Dickie Jan, Wallace, Liam Lowry, Cash Shannon, and Micaiah Matthews.
Preston Carter still in at the moment. Offensive line out there, still the ones. Snap to Carter. Pass to the right side. They'll say it was incomplete. Impressive hands from Peyton Lang, it looks like, on that far side. I should issue an early apology if I get any names wrong here tonight. Again, they're not wearing numbers, so I'm going based off of the mannerisms that I've learned. I know what maybe shoe colors some guys are wearing here tonight, but I don't know every single one of them without seeing their faces, so it's a little bit of a challenge.
Hey, the shoe colors.
Sometimes that helps.
How they're able to have the shoe colors and everything. Hey, back in my day, it was black.
Mr. Back in my day.
Yes, there you go. Back in my day. Yeah, back in my day.
You were just telling me on our way over to the stadium about how this used to be a patch of grass when you were here.
There you go. Why you call my age out like that? Come on now, Dylan. Yeah, so this was a pasture right here, and like I told you, I would look outside of a certain building, and when the bond issue passed, they said this is where the stadium's going to be, and obviously it happened in 2000, and we did our respects to the stadium last year with our openings and stuff like that. So it's good to see Broken Arrow has this, but I'm still a Kirkland guy. That stadium was special.
It was a special stadium, I will say that. I was at least able to see a couple of games out there as a kid. Not necessarily from a high school standpoint, varsity standpoint, because this stadium was here by then, but at least seeing some JV games. My brother was on the football team and played out there at North Intermediate sometimes, so it was always fun going out there. And, of course, the tree in the end zone is always a nice touch.
The tree.
Carter scrambles out. And you get to see a little preview of what he can do in the open field. Again, both of these guys very mobile. That's what you'd expect in the modern day QB as well, though. You don't necessarily see those pocket passers and guys that hang out in the pocket for a whole, 6, 7, 8 seconds. You start to see more guys who, after 2 or 3 beats, feel like they're getting some pressure. They flush out of the pocket and they find some running room and take it on the move.
We want to thank IDLife for supporting Broken Arrow football and our student athletes. Tiger fans, be sure to check them out and thank them for supporting the BA community. Go Tigers!
On the left sideline, Joseph Williams. And that'll be the end of the first group, it looks like. They'll switch things over to the twos. Coach has the ones come back over to the sideline. One of the storylines that played a big part in last season that it's always good to see this spring is Sam Daring back out there with the offensive line group. Had an injury that he suffered early on in the season against Mustang. I believe it was a torn ACL, if I remember right, against Mustang, and was out the entirety of the season and had that beautiful little scooter with him that he could ride around on, but unable to really take part in the drills, unable to really feel like he was involved. And now back out there with the first group, and a guy that I know that Levy Adcock and Nick Gorman really love. This is Banner escaping the pocket. Slippery there from the big quarterback. Tigers remain in the shotgun formation. Looks like at running back Leyland Bates with Shamar Banner. Snap to Banner, looking right. Decides to tuck it, and defensive line looked like they got there in time, so they whistle the play dead. Speaking of defensive line, Coach Mo on the sidelines over here with Jackson Ayers.
Jackson Ayers, how excited your senior year spring game right here in these confines of Tiger Stadium. How excited are you about tonight?
Man, I'm feeling pretty excited. A lot of hard work has been going through these past 2 weeks. And I feel pretty confident for next week with camp. It's just, senior year, I'm ready to get this thing going.
You've always been one of my favorite players ever since I coached you in freshman year. So one thing I want to ask you, your preparation going into this offseason, going into this summer, how is it going to help you going into the season, your senior season?
I worked really hard with my speed and my strength, mainly because I'm a really undersized player. But a lot of it has to do with being capable of going all snaps, keep my endurance going, stamina. That's really it.
So let's talk about Coach Whitaker. Ever since Coach Whitaker came in, your eyes lit up. I mean, so what does that man mean to you? What does that coach mean to you?
Man, he's basically like my head coach. I'm with him throughout every single day, every single evening. He teaches me a lot about football. I trusted him probably the first 5 days he was in here. He showed me a lot of respect. I show him respect. I just love that guy.
Big time smile from Jackson. Hey, good luck this season.
Hey,
Congratulations on your
Coach.
senior season. Love you, brother.
Coach, before you let him go.
Oh, hold on.
Ask him about the nickname Wallpaper.
Hey, the nickname Wallpaper.
Yeah, Wallpaper. It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right, we're going to go with that. Jackson Wallpaper Ayers.
We go up there in school. I go up there. I'm like, yeah, that's me on the wall. Yeah.
So we can call you Jackson Wallpaper Ayers this season, right?
Yeah, Jackson Wallpaper Ayers.
Okay, we got it, Dylan. Back to you at the desk, brother.
Got the seal of approval. I love it. If you want to see Jackson on the wall, you got to go into the varsity club. He's up there, big 44. He's got the helmet on, so you don't get to see his pretty smile, but
hey, he's always been like that, Dylan. I mean, ever since we got him in as a freshman, I mean, that no matter what, that kid is always smiling, and we appreciate everything.
Group of Tiger football players for the 2026 season. Starting with Zane Matthews Boudreaux, Tyler Mayfield, Anthony McDaniels, AJ McMahon, Alan Morris, Kyron Myers, Logan Newberry, Faber O'Connor, Messiah Owens, Carter Oxley, Peyton Lane, David Peavyhouse, Finley Pendergrass, and Jeremiah Perez.
so in at quarterback right now is Javen Crowley. You got Leyland Bates in the backfield with him. Drops back to pass, feeling some pressure. Rolls out right. Throw just a little bit behind his target. Told you I was going to apologize early for any missed names or anybody that I got wrong. And I do have one that I need to issue a correction on. I've been saying Antonio Gillespie Jr. has been coming up with some catches. He's been out there tonight, but the catches that we've been seeing have been from Cash Bell in those bright red shoes. I think I just filed away in my memory from last fall that Antonio Gillespie Jr. typically plays in some bright shoes.
Yes.
And he has that long towel, and I saw bright shoes and long towel and just assumed it was Antonio Gillespie Jr.
Yeah, so.
Crowley immediately. Defensive line had a wide open hole to get to the quarterback.
Well, once again, I mean, to me, I think that's the strength of this defense. You know, I'm going to talk about the secondary a lot this season just because of who we have in the secondary, Dylan. But we know where the defense starts and where the success of this ball club starts, and that is going to be on the defensive line. The way we're going to be able to roll guys in and out in waves, it's going to be impressive to see.
Glad we get this look at what the depth of Broken Arrow looks like. That's something we talk about a lot throughout the regular season, but you don't necessarily get to see it day in and day out if you're a Tiger fan at home. You don't get to see them at practice like we have the ability to come out the back door and see them working out and see them coming out here and going through drills. And obviously during our broadcast, you're going to see the ones. You're going to see the top guys. You're going to see those guys who have won through seniority or just won their spot. And so you don't get to see the second strings, the third strings, and the guys who are working their way up the ladder. And tonight, an opportunity to see those guys.
Hey, you got to see those guys because those are the guys of the future. And something happens, you're one play away. I mean, one of my favorite head coaches, Mike Tomlin, always says you're one play away from being that guy. So you got to be ready. You got to be staying in the game. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now with these 2s and 3s.
Well, you truthfully are, and then I know Coach Hill, I had a conversation with him on Inside Tiger Football about that, and I think it might have been off the air, but he had said that he wants everybody to feel like they're one play away.
Yes.
So that doesn't necessarily mean that there's an injury that happens. That means that, hey, maybe some guy's just having a rough night. It's your turn to go.
It could be a busted coverage. It could be a couple missed tackles here and there. You're just not having a great night. Obviously, with the quarterback position, you might get in a situation where this team, you may have this quarterback be a better option against a particular team than what's going on a Friday night. But you're always one play away, and you always got to stay in the game. I'm going to go find a couple more guys for us, Dylan.
That sounds like a great idea. Some of those additions that we've kind of touched on here tonight that are going to be some marquee names, I think, this year will be Ace Cherry in the defensive back room. This is talking about guys who have moved in from a different school district. Obviously, Shamar Banner at the quarterback position. And you look at the offensive line with Phil Lodeholt III. He'll be making an impact, I think, in that room as well. Some other guys around the roster, but those are the ones that really you should expect to hear their names called this upcoming season. Run off to the right side. Short gain there on what was a first down. Coach Mo looks like he's got one lined up. I'm going by the back of his hair. I'm saying that's Corey Sengo alongside Coach Mo.
Corey Sango, what is going on? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Hey, you know, it's Friday night. It's spring game. 2026, the campaign is upon us. What are your goals this season, and what does this team need to do to compete in December?
To compete in December, we got to keep on working, just keep on focusing, stacking days pretty much.
Stacking the days. So let's talk about, last time I interviewed you was last spring, and we talked about your running back coach. Let's talk about your O-line. Let's talk about your O-line. I know you're big on the O-line. So what does the O-line mean to you?
I mean, it means everything, because those guys, the foundation of the team really for me, because without them, I can't do nothing, you know, they're my guys.
So what are your plans this summer? I mean, obviously, you're going to sit up there and you work out and do what you do. So what are some of the things that Corey's going to do? Some fun he's going to do, PG rated. What Corey's going to do this summer?
I'm going to try to get better at bowling, probably bowling with my dad. Pretty much, that's really all. Oh, going and shooting paintballs, that's pretty much.
Well, you've always been a fun kid in bowling. When you say that you bowled, I never would think that Corey Sango would be bowling. But now we got to have a night out of bowling at Timberlanes or something. All right, brother? Hey, have a good spring. Have a good camp next week, and we'll see you later. Back to you at the desk, Dylan.
Thank you, Coach Mo. Thank you, Corey Sango. I'm hoping to, by the postseason, be talking to him about bowling a 300.
Yes. So here's the deal, Dylan. We're going to have to go out with him and go bowl, because the way I look is this. You know, I want to see how good he is and see if he's really that good, because he's talked about that for a long time, even as a freshman. He said, Coach, we need to go bowl. So I want to go bowl with the guy.
You know what? I think that would make for a great ArrowVision segment. You got Greg next to you.
Let's do that. Let's do that, Greg. We need to make that happen, Greg. All right. Hey, he gives thumbs up.
There we go.
Hey, something we pitched actually worked.
There you go. Speaking of things that worked out, how about Layland Bates right there taking a run into the secondary? He got past the last line of defense. Obviously, hard to tell. They're not really tackling much out here tonight. It's a little bit more touch and go with that, but a big run from Bates here at the spring game. It's the lefty Boston Hamilton. The throw. Bates at running back, Olin Wallace out here as the wide receiver on the near side. Olin Wallace, a guy that you know very well. Coach Mo was just playing on the freshman team last year, making big plays, and he's a big old wide receiver as well.
He is what's your prototypical wide receiver. I always like to talk about DBs being long, lanky, good link to him. Olin's that guy at receiver. He's not quite there yet when it comes to blowing the top off, but he will get there. I know he had to nurse an injury this spring, late in the winter, early in the spring, but now he's coming back to being healthy, and he's going to be that guy that's going to be competing in the receiver room. I'm looking for big things from him coming up, not only this season, but looking forward for the next 3 years. Well, even the officials got to work the kinks out, Dylan, like we had to earlier in our broadcast.
It's everybody's spring game, not just the players.
Yes, sir. Got Boston heading to the near sideline.
Came into my area of the defense. I almost went out there to make the tackle. Swapping things out. Looks like they'll go back to the threes, the JV unit. Actually, no, it'll be the kicker. Bringing Everett Bulis back out for some pressure kicking.
All right, here we go.
I believe while they bring out the kicker, they're going to take a moment to talk about some of the younger players here in our Broken Arrow program and honor the 8th grade coaches, the 8th grade players, as well as the 9th grade team, which of course Coach Mo knows plenty of.
Yes, I do. Junior high program, Coach Barlow, I'm going to put it this way. Coach Barlow does a great job getting these kids ready in 8th grade to come up and be ready for not only 9th grade football, but for the varsity level. He runs a very hard program, if you know what I mean. The accountability he has, putting the kids to work, whether it's in the weight room, whether it's on the practice field. He does what we call getting the youth out of them. And that's primarily what his job is. Obviously, we want to win ball games at our level, but he does a pretty good job of getting the youth out of them.
There you see on your screen Reed Watkins, Jackson Ayers, some of those guys on the defensive line. A lot of excitement with that group you had touched on earlier.
Yeah, one of my favorite groups. I mean, Dylan, I've never coached the defensive line, but I've dabbled in it a little bit at practice, and anytime that I come up here to watch the high school practice, you'll catch me in the indoor with the Whitaker and seeing him, not only Coach Joe and Coach Carey. So the defensive line, I mean, it's where it starts on the defensive side of football.
Coach Joe told me he was going to be working half-half tonight. He says he's an honorary member of ArrowVision, but I haven't heard from Coach Joe yet.
We will get Coach Joe, I promise you that.
All right.
I will make sure that happens, I'll make sure that happens. The Whitakers, they always tell us to lock in before every broadcast. But I didn't hear that today. Not only that, but I didn't hear the traditional pregame from you today. So
I didn't do my pregame woo.
Yes, you didn't do it. But
I would do it now, but the mic is live and it might be pretty loud. I don't want to blow somebody's speakers out of it.
Well, and also, I mean, we didn't get that pregame. Lock in, Coach Mo. Lock in, Dylan. So I mean, hey, we're all working the kinks out between us, between the coaches, between the referees, the players. We're all working the kinks out.
Well, you know what else? I didn't give you a nickname today, so maybe that was part of it.
Well, I mean, hey, we'll see. It'll come up in August. Last Friday in August.
We'll get in the flow. We'll get in the flow. I want to give one more shout out to IDLife, our presenting sponsor here tonight. Helping make the spring game happen. IDLife is a proud sponsor of the Broken Arrow High School football team. IDLife, a health and wellness company built on customized nutrition and known for their premium ingredients and their vast product line. All of their products are Informed Sports certified with a full line of high-quality products for student athletes, parents, and families. You can support the Tiger football team by purchasing any of IDLife's products such as Hydrate, Protein, or even DNA. 30% of every purchase goes right back to the program. Scan the QR code on the screen there to support our athletes.
Okay, we're here with Coach Joe, defensive line coach. How excited are you about this defensive line this year?
I'm very excited about the whole group. My kids that we brought back and that young group that I inherited from you. Thank you, Mo. Appreciate you, Mo. You sent me some guys, baby.
Let's talk about that group, that particular part of the group. We know about Jackson Ayers. We know about Reed Watkins. We know about football, Eddie Football Dennison. Who is doing their thing besides them?
Oh, man. Isaiah Anderson killing it right now. Young Okun Favors. Hey, listen, remember that name, that group right there. Even the young Ferguson, Callan Ferguson. I mean, that whole group is it's crazy. Y'all taught them a lot. Y'all taught them technique football. We're not really teaching the basics like we're used to teaching when we get the guys. They know it already, so now we can implement more stuff, and they're flying around, they're playing hard, they're playing fast, and I love it.
Well, that's a tribute to what you guys wanted whenever you came in. Last thing I'm going to ask you is, what are your goals, or what's the defensive goals going into team camp and coming out of team camp?
First of all, staying healthy. Just playing basic football. If we can play base football, at the end of the day, we're going to be good because, we can dial it up. We can get exotic. Just playing fast, playing strong with your hands, good eyes. We got to learn good eyes. But other than that, man, I'm excited about this group. I'm happy. We almost got a sack right there, but hey, listen, it's Eddie Dennis chasing Shamar Banner. Yeah.
The technician right here, Coach Joe. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you.
That's one of ArrowVision's own, Coach Prentice Joseph there. Thankful that he was able to step aside for a moment and give us some thoughts on how things are going this spring. And now we are taking a moment, as I mentioned earlier, to talk about our 8th grade group on the sideline. Round of applause from the home fans. There they are on screen. Of course, the 8th grade program ran by Coach Barlow.
Dylan, that group right here that's coming in 8th grade is a very successful group. They've won a lot of ball games at the INFC level. Obviously, at the INFC level, you're broken up into about 2, 3, maybe 4 teams. It depends on what type of year it is. In their 3rd, 4th grade, you got about 4 teams. The older they get, you kind of break it down to about 2 or 3 teams. But what they did last year and how they finished going into the playoffs, we're excited about that class coming up. So big shout out to that 8th grade class, and they're going to be doing a lot of big things in the 26 campaign as well.
So right now they're going through the red zone period. It's Preston Carter at quarterback and the ones back in.
And defensively right here, Dylan, you want to be able to, bring things down. You want to be able to tighten things up. I always like the red zone when it comes to defense because we're able to tighten things up. The offense doesn't have all that space to work with. You tighten things down, it makes it a lot more difficult for the offense to score.
Interception thrown by Preston Carter. He was under some duress, and I believe they whistled it as a sack, but the interception looked like it was made by Ace Cherry. I'm looking even further down the field now, so if I am guessing incorrectly, again, I apologize, but that looked like Ace Cherry to me on the interception. One of those guys I mentioned earlier as a new face around this program that we are excited to see this upcoming fall.
One thing that I want to also talk about, Dylan, is Coach Joe touched on it, is staying healthy. Every coach in America talks about it, whether it's at the youth level, the high school level, professional college level. You want to stay healthy. You want to have good competition, you want to be physical, you want to take care of business and get better on games like this. But Coach Joe hit on it. Travis talks about it a lot. We want to be able to get out of tonight healthy. We want to be able to get out of next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday healthy. And then we'll make our assumptions right there.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, IDLife, for tonight's event. A company focused on personalized health and wellness solutions designed specifically for you and your athlete. IDLife offers customized nutrition.
Two's out there now running their red zone drills.
Individual goals and lifestyles. We want to thank IDLife for supporting Broken Arrow football and our student athletes. Tiger fans, be sure to check them out and thank them for supporting the VA community. Go Tigers!
Jabin Crowley at quarterback. Got a great atmosphere here tonight. This is my first time being out here for the spring game, so I wasn't really sure what to expect coming out here, and just some great energy, great night for football. Very relaxed. Doesn't feel like it's
Tiger fans, flag and tackle football registrations are
rigid
now open
in how
with
it's
the
flowing
coach
here tonight. It's very relaxed. It feels like everybody's just having fun, but the guys out there, of course, still taking everything seriously and trying to accomplish their goals and getting better this spring. And a guy that's really on his way to getting better this spring, Shamar Banner, the quarterback that has come in from Georgia, and Coach Mo is alongside him.
Shamar, how excited are you to be NBA? How excited you are to compete, not only for the position here, but for a state championship in December?
Super excited and blessed, Coach. I want to really thank Coach Hill for giving me the opportunity, first of all, and my parents for getting me out here. And I really feel like we got a chance to win state.
So,
we are going to win state. Let me fix that. Yes, sir.
I apologize for that. So what are some things that whenever you came into BA, some things that you noticed whenever you walked into the locker room and seeing the team for the first time, positives that you noticed?
The culture, definitely the culture was different. Like, they take this serious. Like, this is their first option in life. Like, this team is a family. I came in, they brought me in like a brother. They didn't even know me. Everybody dapped me up first day I was here, brought me into the workouts. I sat down. Let me know. Ain't no sitting down in the weight room. So, yeah, I'll definitely say the culture is different, and everybody is a family here.
Okay, so you talk about Coach Hill. Let's talk about your offensive guys. Let's talk about Coach Lowe, you know. So how's your relationship with him? How's your relationship with him in the film room, and how's that grown over the last few weeks that you've been here?
It's been great. I actually meet with Coach Lowe before practice every day. Coach Wilk, too. Coach Wilk is a great coach. Definitely being his own world a lot of the times, but definitely great mindset, great coaches.
So, last question, the recruiting process for you. You know, how's that going? I know this is your senior season, so how's that recruiting process going for you right now?
It's going pretty good. I have an official visit to Marshall early June, the 12th and the 14th, and I'm pretty sure that might be home for me, so we'll see. Yes, sir, but it's been good.
Well, Shamar, congratulations. Welcome to BA. We'll see you soon, brother. Shamar Banner.
Thank you, Coach Mo, and thank you to Shamar Banner for taking the time to talk to us. Excited to see what all he does here at Broken Arrow. And I know there's a lot of questions as to why come from Georgia all the way to Broken Arrow, but there is a family connection there. His dad played at Broken Arrow, so it's that familial connection, being close to home, those sorts of things. But also, if I'm not mistaken, he's got a older sibling that goes to college in either Kansas or Missouri, and being closer to family there as well. So a win-win for his family, and he gets to come to the largest high school in the state and try to compete for a state title.
We'll try to compete for a state title, and I mean, he came here to compete. And Dylan, one thing that I noticed from him in that interview right there is he said that he came in and he was all, nonchalant, sat down in the weight room, and how our guys just completely told him we don't sit down in the weight room. That just lets us know what we're doing. What we're doing in this culture, what McKnight has established in this culture, what Hill has established in this culture, and that right there is accountability. And I'm excited for our ball club, and I'm excited for how they treated him whenever he came in.
Well, you just missed it because you were in the middle of telling us about Shamar Banner, but they just shouted out the freshman football team, the freshman football program
there
here
it is.
At the stadium. So shout out to Coach Mo and what he's doing down there at the Freshman Academy.
Hey, we got an interception right there. Hey, I love to see interceptions. I do. I mean, and to hear the crowd go crazy about that is a wonderful situation right there. But back to the ninth grade program, big shout out to my staff. Coach White Dog, Coach Carter, Coach Will Height, obviously Coach Deason, Coach Worley, Coach Murdoch, and then we'll have another one coming in, and Coach Parker will be coaching with us as well. So we got a great staff, and we're trying to do what we're trying to do, and we're trying to make things go vertically for Coach Hill and his staff, and we're doing everything we can to make sure these kids are successful. Obviously, we had a lot of success last year, but a lot of people don't understand is the success that we've had over the last 3 or 4 years in our freshman program has set this varsity program up to be successful going forward in the next 3, 4, 5 years, and hopefully decades later.
Obviously, everything starts at the youth level and grows into the varsity level, so you want to make sure you're secure down even in the youngest of ages in those second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, down there at the Broken Arrow Youth Football Association. You want to make sure that you are building a program all the way from the ground up.
Yeah, and you got Brett Mond down there running the Broken Arrow Youth Football program. He's doing a great job going into his second year running the program. And, I personally helped run that program for a couple of years, a few years ago. And what Brett Mond is doing, and obviously you got Chad Lott overseeing the INFC part of it. But what he's doing down there, he's coaching the coaches. And I think that's what's important when it comes to youth coaches. You got to coach the coaches, and therefore you can bring that accountability when it comes to the kids.
Unit trots back out to the sideline. Doesn't look like another unit's making their way out there. This may be the end of our evening here. They going with the kickers one more time?
Hey, I think I might get another one. I might get one with the Twins. Is that all right with you, Dylan?
Hey, you don't have to ask my approval for anything.
All right. Come on.
I will give a quick warning to our audience at home. Things might get a little spicy out there. These two guys.
Hey, let me get in between these two legends. Yes, thunder up. Hey, when we talk about energy, charisma, whatever you want to put out there, these two men, y'all bring it. Y'all do things for the kids. One thing I want to ask you guys is how blessed are you guys to be here in Broken Arrow? I'll start with you, little twin.
Super blessed. Like, this is, I would say, like, growing up, wanting to coach, and we started out at Little League, 5A. Me and bro used to always go to big football, 6A football games, like, we're going to coach in them games one day. So just basically living out a dream, being back from 2017, 2018, we're going to bring another state championship home.
Oh, I love that guarantee. Let's talk about the D-line. I just talked to Coach Joe. Every time I walk into the indoor, you always say, love to see you over here, Coach Mo. This D-line, how important is this D-line to this defense and to this whole entire program going into the 26 campaign?
Man, it's very important. I teach my guys to play the run first. You got DBs like we got. You stop the run, you can be late to the pass. So I just love my group. I loved it last year, but this group, I feel like it's special because the older guys, you got the Jackson Ayers and the Tate Fergusons, Brandon Huffar, Hunter Enzo, they lead the way. Like, me and Coach Joseph don't have to do nothing. And then it helps with the younger guys, as you see Favors and Isaiah. It's because of the older guys. So when you have a group that the older guys are leading the way, you're gonna be pretty good. Yes, sir.
So you're back. What exactly is going to be your role when it comes to this ball club this year?
Coaching the nickels and have a couple of special teams.
So let's talk about Messiah Owens. I've seen the last few times I've been out, you've really taken him underneath your wing. So say some good things or say some things about Messiah.
Messiah is one of them kids you got to keep making them believe. After mistake, I tell them all the time, next play mentality. He's a person that needs a coach that's going to stay on him all the time. And to be honest with you, like, he's so physical. It's just the little things. Like, if I'm a man, keep my eyes off the quarterback, work on my keys and work on my technique, and then he's going to make a big play. But Messiah is one of them kids, he's very respectful. He's just going to look at you and just say, yes, sir. So it makes it easy to coach so far.
All right, we got Game 7 tomorrow night. Okay. You locked in? Y'all locked in?
I got the Thunder by 12. I got the Thunder by 9. Game 7, SGA. Oh, he locked in. They've been here before.
Oh, guys, come on now.
I got to go to my hometown in New York.
Well, I mean, we got a Dodgers fan behind us. We're over here behind the camera. I mean, we Yankees, right? Okay, just let you know, Greg, we're Yankees. Hey, we got the Twins. Hey, love you. Appreciate you guys, man. Hey, lock in. It's spicy, Dylan. It's spicy.
It's spicy. Appreciate those guys. They're great.
Back to you, Dylan.
Hey, Coach, I think you were trying to be slick here tonight. I just noticed something.
What's up?
You talked to a lot of defensive guys here tonight. I'd love to hear from an offensive coach or an offensive player.
Let me go get an offensive. I want to talk to Jay, but Jay's going to look at me and give me that look, kind of like Dustin Smith gives me every time.
Yeah.
So let me find, hey, I will go get somebody. Let me go get Nick Gorman real quick. Let me get Nick real quick. I'm going to get Nick, one of my favorite guys right here, man. Let me talk to him and see J-Lo, come on, man. Come on. I notice. Hey, I was gonna get Jay, but I don't want to get in trouble Monday morning. Get a phone call from Jay. Do something. Dylan just brought up. I talked to a lot of defensive guys. I'm sorry, guys. You've known me for a long time. I'm a defensive guy, but let's talk about this offense. You coach the line, you coach the big boys inside. Talk about what you're expecting out of those guys going into next week in Bixby.
Just come out and be physical, communicate, be on the same page. I think if we can do that, keep a quarterback clean, let these athletes behind us go to work. I mean, we just got to come out, be physical, and be on the same page.
So you got the quarterbacks. I just talked to Shamar. I also talked to Preston today. Talk about how those guys can, what they can do in that competition, what that competition is going to bring to this ball club in the 26 campaign.
Honestly, they've taken it, they've taken it well, man. They both competing their tails off. They're helping each other out. One guy's out there, he'll miss a read, he'll jog off the field. The next guy's telling him what to do. So, it's great chemistry there. We're working on our leadership right now and just executing the base plays, man. So we're just working hard at that.
Who impressed you the most so far before we go to Bixby for the team camp? Who has impressed you so far in this offense?
I mean, it's easy to say Devin Smith, but we've asked Case and Isham to do a lot of stuff. He played center for us last year. Jaden Compton was having a heck of a spring and ended up breaking a hand, so he had to move out to tackle, and he's done a great job.
I like the play call, the first play of the game, first play of the spring game. I mean, obviously, we did that 9 times last year. First play, for going to Joe. How special can that kid be? How special can this whole offense be in the 26 campaign?
Like I said before, man, we're trying to execute these base plays, man. Trying to get it down where we're not busting on our routes and executing the reads the right way. That was a big play by JoJo. He's going to be special for us, man. Just a sophomore, and he's grown a lot. He's going to be a playmaker, man. So I tell the quarterbacks, you got talent all around you, man. Just go out there and execute the play, and it'll all work itself out.
Hey, guys, I appreciate you. Hey, let's go take care of business next week and get out healthy. We'll see y'all soon. Back to you, Dylan.
Coach Mo, thank you. Coach Gorman, thank you. Coach Lowe, thank you. You guys are all great. This has been so much fun here tonight, and we're not done just yet. I do want to give one more shout-out to IDLife, our sponsor here tonight that's made the spring game happen. They are a proud sponsor of Broken Arrow High School's football team. IDLife is a health and wellness company built on customized nutrition and known for their premium ingredients in their vast product line. All of their products are Informed Sports certified with a full line of high-quality products for student athletes, parents, and families. You can support the Tiger football team by purchasing any of IDLife's products, such as Hydrate Protein or even DNA. 30% of every purchase goes right back to the program. You can scan the QR code on your screen there to support our athletes. We'll take one quick commercial break here as we close out the end of this spring game and come back with maybe 1 or 2 more interviews or just close things out with me and Mo. But we'll step aside very briefly. Come right back.
Hey BA Tiger fans, now's the time to show your school spirit. Support your favorite school with the Broken Arrow School Pride debit card from TTCU Federal Credit Union, the only card that gives back to Broken Arrow every time you use it.
Since the program began, TTCU has donated over $350,000 to Broken Arrow Public Schools. That's a lot of support from fans just like you.
Whether you're a student, parent, or proud Tiger fan, your everyday purchases can make a difference.
With TTCU, you're not just banking, you're backing your school and local community. Join the thousands of TTCU members who are already using the Broken Arrow card.
It's super simple. Use your BA card and TTCU donates.
Thank you, TTCU, and thank you, Tiger fans. Support our school with every purchase. Go Yay!
Oh, I got my order wrong.
This is me, Jessica. And this is
Jessica?
Not my coffee. And my friend said, oh wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap. And I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
Back here at Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium, we thank you all for tuning in here to the spring game. Again, it's a little different here today, but of course, good to see just a little bit of a flavor of what Broken Arrow football looks like this year. A lot of new faces, a lot of new names, and a lot of guys that we're really excited about.
No, a lot of guys we're excited about, and the way I look at it is this. I mean, they started with that first play. It's going to be an explosive offense, and if we can duplicate what we did last year on defense by holding teams under 17 points a game, to me, if we're going to be where we want to be at in December, we got to put at least 30 to 45 points a game on that scoreboard. So big shout out to Jay and his guys. Big shout out to Travis and his defensive staff as well.
We're going to have Travis Hill join us here just for a moment. Is this on? Do you know? You're my guy here now, so.
It's on now.
It's on, all right.
It's on now.
Come on in, Travis. We're going to have you hold this microphone for us. First question for you. Let you get that out of the way. First question for you, just about how you felt everything went here tonight.
First thing, I think we got better. Film would tell us, and we're all healthy, so that's a success anytime.
And you got a lot of depth into practice here today. And obviously you've been able to see these guys throughout the last couple of weeks. But are there some guys from maybe the second unit, third unit that are starting to impress you?
They are. Got two young kids. Make sure I get names right. They're young kids. Terrence Adams and does an exceptional job out at the corner position. And Ace Cherry, another young man. We're very impressive tonight as far as just watching them mature. And they're young. Like I said, they're new guys into the program, and they did a wonderful job. So those are just two examples of many, to be honest with you, that we feel like this continue to mature and continue to give us depth, give us great football players, and make our future bright, not along with just the 2026 year.
I just want to ask you maybe to summarize your two major units here, offense and defense. We'll start on the offensive side of the ball. What have you seen through spring ball from that group so far?
Well, a whole lot fewer mistakes, okay? We had the officials out here tonight for a purpose, to be able to let these kids know the mistakes you can make. And the example I've been given is make a great run. On first down, it's 2nd and 2, but yet we had a holding. So now instead of 2nd and 2, we're 1st and 19, wherever the holding penalty may have taken place. Right. So, the stuff like that. We've seen much improvement in that. The improvement that we see every day in the weight room, and the work ethic, and the improvement of practice level, intensity, understanding where we're supposed to be, on time, everybody at task, attendance unbelievably excellent. Those are just all the little things that add up. If we want to go farther, we can talk about locker room, cleanliness, on and on and on. This is the maturity of a football team, and maturity of a bunch of young men meeting expectations that make you champions. It's not a good football team.
Yeah, and then on the defensive side of the ball, what have you seen this spring?
It's really hard, as quick as the whistles all are, to see how crisp the tackling is. And that's huge for us because you know as well as I do defensively, if you can't tackle and tackle well, you're not a very good defensive football team. So it's going to be really hard for us to evaluate some of that. But honestly, our alignment, our techniques, knowing how to line up to everything and not looking real sloppy. This time last year, the whole deal was, as far as after we watched film, it's just correcting alignment. Okay, not about can we play or not, but just alignment. So seeing those things being perfected, and like I said, we're a little farther along. We got both fronts in now, defensively, instead of just one. So those things are fun to watch, and seeing kids that are coming back, and kids like Mo, coach last year, that are coming up into the program that are doing a good job and know what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Talk about what your expectations are, not only for next week down there in South Memorial, but what your expectations are in the summer and passing league and throughout the development of the summer.
I think, Mo, a lot of things we just talked about. Okay, next week it's the same thing, day in and day out. When we go over to camp, and it's over at Bigsby. I like South Memorial even better. Excuse me. The cold has got me, fellas. So, with that being said, it's getting better every day. Being persistent with that conquest, and like I said, being safe. I mean, the idea of coming out healthy, not having, got a big old right tackle right now with a broken knuckle. It's going to cost us 6 weeks. Hey, it's the perfect time of the year, but at the same time, you want to be able to develop, which goes into the summer. Coach Wallace, I don't have to have anything to say. Who runs our strength program?
Yates McKnight.
Okay, so Coach Hill doesn't have. I mean, hey man, I get to put on my good hat and go in there and hang out and just say, man, everything that I want to say is being said and being done by Yancey McKnight. And I'm just saying that just because it's going to go perfect. Yeah. And our kids are excited about it. And it's funny because as much as he demands, and for people that don't know Yancey, you might need to get to know him. Yeah. He's just a stud. And he will tell you how the cow eats cabbage. Yes. Okay, it's real simple stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
He will not hesitate. But the kids love him.
Yes.
Because he's consistent with it, and they know, and they can see themselves in a mirror or whatever it may be, getting better, getting stronger, doing the things that young men should like to do.
Okay. I got one last question for myself, and it's community involvement. Yep. How important is the community involvement in building that relationship with the community and building it now to move forward to 5 to 10, 15 years down the line.
I just want to tell you right now, there's a guy by the name of Mike Condrey. I think
Yeah.
you know him, okay? So he's our booster guy, booster
Yeah.
club president. What he's done in the short time that he's taken over, and there's so many more people involved,
Yeah.
and he'd be the first one to tell you, but we are moving drastically forward,
Yes.
okay? You don't have a championship football team without a championship administration
Yep.
and without a championship community.
Yes, sir.
And they're learning that process.
Mhm.
Now, I'm going to put administration's my boss, so I'm going to make
Yeah.
sure I word that properly. They know what they're doing,
Yeah.
and they're putting that opportunity in front of us, and the community is following suit. You saw tonight all the activities, all the things that are going on. It's a lot of fun, and you know, from the head coach's standpoint, that's rewarding too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an old AD too.
Yeah.
You know, and just seeing that and watching that buy-in, it just makes it so much easier. Because if you got championship every time you're doing something,
Yeah.
it makes being a champion a lot
Yes, sir.
easier. Yep.
That was my final question for you a little bit is about tonight and just having the audience you had here, the parents, everybody show up,
Yep.
and then obviously people watching at home. And you've got the players out here, all smiles. Everybody's having fun.
Yeah.
It's a great night, isn't it?
It is, and we talk all the time. I said, you know, here we are with approximately a little over 100 kids, obviously. I'm not going to get exact. And I tell them every day, I said, you know, all your friends are at home. And, you know, I said, watching SpongeBob, drinking milk, and eat chocolate chips. And I said, here you are. The commitment on their behalf is so rewarding, especially in these days and times. I'm going to get, you know, too involved in all that talk right now.
Yeah.
But it's fun to watch that, the commitment, the toughness of what our kids are going through, because we do demand a lot, and it makes you proud. It makes you feel like a dad, you know,
Yeah.
when you see your own kids go out and thrive to get better every day and thrive to do things right. So it's very rewarding, and all the kudos go to the kids. It's a choice.
Yeah.
They don't have to make that. So
Yeah.
good stuff.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time here tonight.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, thank you.
I thought you put on a great event.
Okay, ArrowVision. Thank you guys very much.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Well, I want to give one more shout out to IDLife as well, our presenting sponsor here tonight. Proud sponsor of Broken Arrow High School football team. IDLife is a health and wellness company built on customized nutrition and known for their premium ingredients in their vast product line. All of their products are Informed Sport certified. With a full line of high-quality products for student athletes, parents, and families, you can support the Tiger football team by purchasing any of IDLife's products, such as Hydrate, Protein, or even DNA. 30% of every purchase goes right back to the program, so scan that QR code today to support our athletes. Also want to make sure we tell you guys about Inside Tiger Football. Everybody loves listening to Coach Hill. He's always an entertaining guy to listen to. Inside Tiger Football, a great opportunity to kind of learn more about this program. We get in depth about these conversations. A lot of what we talk about here on air, we pick up from conversations with Coach Hill. So if you listen to our conversations on Inside Tiger Football, you'll be very well informed on what's going on with the program. So make sure you tune into those. We have 2 episodes out on YouTube right now, both one on the offense and on the defense. So you can kind of pick your poison as to which one you want to start with. I know you would start with the defensive one, but, you know, either one's a great choice. Got some of the assistants on there as well. Steve Craver, Brad Higgins on the defensive one. Levy Adcock and Jay Wilkinson on the offensive one, so it's great stuff. Mo, before we get out of here, I want to get your closing thoughts. How you think everything went here tonight? Were you impressed by anything in particular? What did you think?
Crisp. It was not only crisp, I think just the environment, just the atmosphere. It was a little bit different from last year. I think there was a lot of people who didn't know what was going to happen, and now that we all know that Coach Hill is in, and we're coming off of a ball club that won 9 ball games last year, they know the expectations of this program. And one thing I want to say is, Coach talks about championships, but he doesn't talk about championships just because you want to win one in December, on that first Friday in December. It's a championship mindset in the classroom. It's a championship mindset in everything you do. You know, if you're doing the right things off the field, you're going to do the right things on the field. Things will happen, and great things will happen. If we as a program continue to do that, then we'll hoist the gold ball one day.
We're still a long way from that gold ball being awarded to somebody. We've got a lot of time to decide who it's going to end up being, but we're looking forward to this fall. First game will be against Springdale Harbor here at Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. You want to make sure you come out here for that one or tune in live on ArrowVision. That'll be on August 28th. Again, the non-district schedule then gets played, and then district schedule. And we'll be talking all about that sort of stuff when it gets to August. We'll have some Inside Tiger footballs to talk about it with Coach Hill. Of course, you and I will be on the broadcast. We'll be breaking it all down for you. Big Biscuit Blitz will be back, all the good stuff. So don't miss out on it. Make sure you tune in this fall, or you come out to the stadium and see what these guys are doing, because it's really special what's being built here at Broken Arrow, and I'm happy to be maybe in the passenger seat to see it.
Yeah, well, and we are in the passenger seat, but we get to see something being built, and this is what this community's been wanting for so long. This one this community's been needing for so long. People don't understand. Football in this part of the nation is important, and it's important for a community. And when your football team wins, The community wins. So, but big shout out. We are here talking about football, but I want to kind of turn the tables here for a second. Big shout out to the soccer team. Big shout out to the track team. So those two programs won their respective state championships. I mean, Broken Arrow does it big, whether it's in soccer, track, band, obviously football. Broken Arrow does it big. BA, the big BA, the logo. No one's bigger than the logo. So big shout out to those two programs. And I'm ready for another exciting 26 season, brother. Third year with ArrowVision, second year with you. I mean, we're stepping our game up. I mean, I'm excited. I am biased. Me, you, and Madison, we're the best broadcasting crew in the state, so can't beat us.
Coach said it. And when Coach says it, that's the rule. That's what it is. So.
Just having some fun on the spring game.
We appreciate you tuning in again. One more shout out to Madison and Ryan. Congratulations on getting married yesterday. Have some fun out in Jamaica.
Yeah.
We told her she had to be here. She said no.
Yeah.
But, it happens. We thank you for tuning in. Hope you had fun tuning into the spring game with us, and we'll see you in the fall.